Okay, so we follow up again, right, from last time. So we already demo, we already create, turn up all this BGP here between the Google, Verizon, our internet, ABC internet router, right? So, and also just verify again, quick in here. So for example, if we go to the internet router, when we show IPBGP, say, okay, so we receive 8.8.8 that we learn from Verizon, and Verizon should be learned from Google. So the Google is going to advertise 8.8.8 to the Verizon, and Verizon go to our internet router because we have a pairing between with the Verizon. So you can just verify again, show IBGP summary. You see, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we can do quick in here. We can ping 8.8.8.8. Okay, right? So now in this case, see, for example, right now, see, we don't have now, say for example, for this ABC company, right? If we want to purchase, like, or maybe we already purchased, we have our private layer internet IP. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just give you an example here. Let me see if I can bring my command prompt. So this is the command prompt. If okay, if I type ns lookup, right? This is on my home PC ns lookup. Just curious to know, like, what is the Verizon, right? If I say Verizon.com, what is the public IP address for Verizon? Say for example, so we have a 64120 here. Okay, so this is the 6412. Okay, so we can just play on purpose in here. So for example, we put the here. This is the ABC. We already registered, so we bought the public internet IP address. Okay. Say for example, we start from 64.12.12.0/24. So maybe we're lucky we purchased for this public IP address is owned by ABC company. We have a /24 subnet, right? Follow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just this is just to assume we ABC company is already registered from the private, so we got the public internet IP address. That is mean this IP address is owned by the ABC company. Okay, so back to the command line again. So in here. So in the command line in here, so for example, if you go to Google router here.com, right? So when you show IP BGP, you see, I don't have, you see, I don't have 8.8.8. So I don't have this. No, I don't have a 6412 for ABC, right? Because the ABC router in here. So for example, when you show say for example, when what we advertise to our neighbor, right? So we can use show IP BGP neighbor, and then with the IP address. This is our neighbor, the remote for Verizon. And then we can type advertise route. So what we advertise route, so nothing yet, you see, right? So from this router, we didn't send anything to the Verizon. We only received, but we not advertise any route, any prefix to Verizon. Okay, so we can verify in here again when you show run a section, the router, a BGP. We want to see the configuration. You see, we only successful just make the pair, the neighbor, but we don't have any network statement yet to advertise any network to the private. So now, in this case, right, even Verizon or Google, we don't know how to get back to the ABC company unless or until the ABC advertise their own, I mean, like our own private IP address to the world, right, to the internet, right? So okay, so now in this case, so in our internet router is the first router, right? Because this is not up yet. This is through via Comcast, right? So this here, this router. So we're going to advertise this network, right? And also later on, when we're testing everything, when we want to be ready after like a more security, something like that, we can add more like a route map policy, those kind of stuff. What we like restrict, what only what route send it or what route receive, right? That is like in the maybe come back in the future, right? So this is just the demo quick first, everything that just make it work first without any ACL or access control or something like a route map policy. So we bypass that kind of policy first. We just concentrate how we make a route, how is like the traffic is working, okay, from end to end. All right, so in this case, you see in here, when you show IP interface, here, show IP interface brief, see? We don't have interface, right? We don't have any interface to assign with this IP address, you see, with this IP address. Now, we can either change, for example, this is if you want to change this IP, F0/0, right? Using the public IP address. That will work too. And then on this side, same thing, we can configure either VLAN or either layer 3 port interface, right? And then assign with this public IP address. Or do we have a firewall? So for example, in the future, once a firewall come in for demo, say, okay, so this interface facing the external, right? We can configure it with this IP address. But right now, same thing again, we just leave it alone in here or our DMZ, right? So now let's do like this now. So instead, say, if we cannot do any change in here, right? Okay, so we can try to use the loopback interface, right? We can create an inside in here, the loopback interface. So the loopback interface is like assigned with the public internet IP, right? So just for example in here, see? Now, say go to config key, just click in here, and then we say loopback interface, right? So we have the ID in here, right? So what kind of ID in here? But normally here you can do say if you want to pick, right? If you want to pick like say 64, uh you can, or you can pick the whole IP address, right? For example, like 64.1.2, this the second RTAG, third RTAG. And then what is the host number, right? For example, in here, I can say use 1. Okay, or just leave it just like this, leave it option for the host number. So we just take the like first RTAG, second RTAG, third RTAG. Okay, so just a quick demo, just using the internet loopback interface ID. That here is just not a big deal. Okay, just like quick in here. Okay, so we're gonna IP address assign. This one should be 64.1.2.1.2 dot. For example, okay, if we want to be 1, just say 1, okay? So 255.255 dot. Now, if you want to subnet, like here, because you don't want to, right? Or you want to advertise all the whole /24. But normally from our ISP, when we advertise the internet IP address, the subnet mask, they not allow our more. I mean, I think the limitation have to be like /64. So in this case, we just use /24. So if we hit enter, okay. So this is our internet IP now. Now, once we hit here, exit out. So we go back to our router BGP interface here, right? in here, you see, and then we hit enter. Now we're going to be network using the network statement, advertise our internet router. So it's going to be 64.1.2.1.2, right? .0, and then we take the mask. It's 255.255.255.0. Okay, so this is the, so we're using loopback from the internet router. We're using the loopback interface assigned with our private internet IP, and we advertise to the our neighbor ISP. So it's been the Verizon. So once Verizon receive our internet router, it's going to propagate to our Google neighbor in here. Okay. So now, for example, now when we exit out again, when we're using the command again, show ID what we advertise right now. You see, we have a one prefix. You see, we advertise to the internet. Now, if you go back to the Google here, you see Google here, right? See here, and then look at that. Now, when I show IPBGP again from the Google router, I should receive the 64. You see, it's learning. Okay, if you go back to the Verizon again in here, so Verizon show IPBGP, right? You see, on the Verizon, same thing is receive this ABC internet router IP address. Okay, so it's because we advertise from our internet router, go to the Verizon, and then Verizon go to Google or to the world, to the www. Okay, so now from here, so for example, if you go back to here again, right? Can I ping the Google IP address using our source, our internet IP address? So for example, 8.8.8.8. So if you source again, so what is our source IP? So this is our source IP, right? So we want to try, say from our internet router, we ping Google with the source, our internet IP is reachable or not. See, if we hit enter, beautiful. You see? Follow?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now in this case, for example, how about we confirm from the Google, can we ping this router, right? So for example, this one in here, same thing from the Google, say, okay, I want to be ping the ABC company internet router IP, and then from my source in this case is 8.8.8. You see, it's no issue for the return traffic. Follow?
Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful right now, right? So now, okay, so now we confirm all our BGP is up in here, right? This means because we already verify from our internet router, we can go out to the internet. Now, how about we start for this one in here? So we need to turn up here, right? Let's go back to the our internet router. This is our internet router. So let's see, show IP interface brief. Yep. So this is our neighbor right now. Facing this is a 10.100. See, this is 10.100. Okay. So far again, we don't have like firewall in between, right? But that is maybe later. So when we upgrade our network infrastructure, right? We just leave it as is right now, what we have. Okay. So we have no complaint about just do it. Okay. Until later on, maybe say we have something like vulnerability, our cyber team, they question, they fail on us, right? And then they say, okay, you have to be at firewall or something, okay? So we can fix it later. So that most like our production, we always challenge facing those kind of auditor, right? Like they find out, oh, okay, this connection without a firewall protect or something like that, and then it just fail vulnerability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is not big deal, right? So now look at it here. See the cost switch one in here. See, this is cost switch one here. You have two options in here. You have two options, right? First thing you want to find out is this is the port interface, All right. When you show VLAN again in here, when you show, you see, this is the 1.3 here is a 4 in the VLAN 1. Okay, it's a default in the VLAN 1. Now, you can create another VLAN, name it, right? You want to create the name this VLAN, right? But you want to configure something like that. Or you can move this cable, plug in the layer 3 cable. Okay, so because for example in here, so if you point out in here, you see, let me see. So for example, let me see if it, oh, there's nothing in here. Yeah, you see in here, we have so many port, right? Now, this is the port 0, port 01. This here is the layer 3. Okay, it's a layer 3 interface. That's why the port 0/0/01 is not show up on your VLAN. You see, nothing. Because all the VLAN port interface is start from the label 1. Okay. Everything in here, you see, F0/0/001 is just like a layer 3 port, right? Now, so we use this port in here instead using this one, right? So okay, so maybe I don't want to create because for the security issue like that, I don't want to create the IP address or facing the internet. Okay, so some reason. Okay, so maybe they say, okay, this is quick. I don't know if this is true or not. They say, okay, how about we change this one to this port, right? So that should be no problem, right? So now, for example, so we're going to say, okay, so we're going to be, and also we don't have like access switch, like we don't have actual not management or dumb switch like that in front of here. Instead, like you directly this cable, instead this cable directly connect to here. Okay, so maybe you say, okay, this is bad design, something like that when you explode the internet, but so far we're not worried about this kind of like a really weak security issue, something like that. All right, we just want to make sure that you're learning how we make it work first, all the routing. Okay, we're not concentrate or focus any in the security like a really weak, Okay, so for example, okay, so we're not worried about that right now, okay, but we can change it later since since say for example or something like maybe this is in the exam, right? We're not allowed to make any change. We cannot change the cable to move around, right? We just use what we have in here, the topology. It's fine. Okay. So what we can do in here, so the best practice in here, say for example, when you show VLAN, see, we have a 10, we have a 20, 30, 40, right? And then we have a naming also, right? So we have a 10 is for marketing, camera, blah blah blah. But now, how about we can create? You see, we can create another one in here, completely, right? We're going to create another, say VLAN, maybe we about from 900. You see, okay. So we say VLAN 900. We're going to name it. This one is the Internet VLAN. You see, outside. Okay, so this is just say just let me see, that's good enough for demo. Just say name internet for now. Okay, you see. So now let's check again. Show VLAN switch. Make sure we have the VLAN 900. Not allow us. I think we have some issue again about, yeah, see, not enough again. Okay. Since we have a bad luck in here, okay, we have no choice, right? Normally, we create a VLAN and then we assign this VLAN is the VLAN 900 to be internet. So this one in the VLAN 900, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, right now with this DNS3 this model, some reason keep complaining about we not enough space. Okay, so that is mean we cannot use now. I cannot demo in this case. Okay, how about we just go ahead, move it to layer 3 then. Okay, so for example, if I delete this link again, if I delete this link, okay, so now we're going to rewire again from this internet. We go to F0 to F0, the layer 3. Okay, so this is layer, make sure we have a label again. This is to be F0/0, and then we duplicate. This is here. Okay, so now when we go back to here, just make sure that we lost that when we delete, just make sure it's just like we remove the cable. Hopefully the configuration is stay with this internet router. So just verify again, show IP interface brief. Yep, we still have the configuration in here perfectly. And then we just change in here then. Okay, so now we go back to here. So now show IP interface in here first. Okay, show IP interface is here. And then it's still shut down. You see the port, right? And also we just confirm no configuration. Show interface F0/0. Show interface F0/0. Oh, come on. Show run interface F0/0. Yep, you see, it's still default. Okay, it's nothing assigned yet for this interface. So now we just go ahead. We go to config key interface F0/0. We're going to put description. This is connect to our internet router, right? So you can put say what is the host name? You can say US Delaware Wilmington, and then this is a router internet 01. See, okay. Or you can put it another layer here, or you can say this is like connecting here and then facing Verizon if you want the more detail. You see, and then you go ahead IP address assign. This one should be 10.100.1. What is the other side? Let me see. The other side. The other side should be Day-6 in here. All right, so maybe Day-6. So maybe we use say Day-5, okay? Just the neighbor, something like that. 255, 255, Day-0. Hit enter. And then speed 100, duplex, full, and no shutdown. You see? All right, so now we bring the port is up. Now we go to ping the neighbor first. Just make sure we have a good connection. The cable, Day-6. Beautiful. Okay, right. So now this will give you a quick example again, right? If we don't have a BGP between in here, right? But we know we have a internet router can go out to the internet, right? And also we not configured net yet. This is in the next one that I demo again. We're going to do net, right? So just click in here. So for example, remember, if I want to quick testing like this without the BGP, something like that, how can I force it the traffic, go out to the internet in here? Remember what should we use in here? The routing. Static, right? So for example, so we're going to be IP route, see 0.0.0. That is like a default route, like any, right? Because or you can want, if you want to be more specific IP address, you can put 8.8.8.8. It should be working too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just click in here. You see like show like IP route. So for example, we have a default route. Okay, so the default route, we're going to point it to number 6. Okay, so now when we hit enter out, when we show IP route, you see now in here, you see we have the default route, everything pointed to here, right? So for example, if we want to ping 8.8.8, you see, If we want to ping 8.8.8, right? We using our source 10.100.1.5, right? You see? So what is the issue here? Because the same thing is the return traffic, right? Because the Google is only understand about 64. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it allows 64. You see? So that is mean if we don't have a net, right? If we don't have a net, right? That's why we have to be everything. We need to advertise. We need to advertise our quick here, right? We need to advertise we need to advertise the private IP to the Google. But I don't think we want to do this, right? In this demo because we already advanced level, right? So we already know those kind of like simple stuff, right? So okay. So in this case, do we since we have a BGP in here? Okay, let's do BGP again in here, right? Let's do quick in here. So now we go to config T in here, right? So now say we want to go to router. We want to this is our private AS number. Okay, it's not the private, our private. So we want to start from 65,000. Okay, so this maybe the first our maybe say 65001 is our first our internal inside our private AS number. Okay, and if we have more, for example, if you want to turn on the rest, then we can use 65002, something like that. Since this is our first, our internal, our inside AS number. Okay, we just use 65001. Got it? All right.
Yes.
So now in here, so we're going to quick neighbor. Our neighbor is a 10.100.1.6, right? And then we're going to be remote AS number for our. Let's see what is our here. Show run section BGP. So what is the AS number for this? Okay, so we configure this is our AS number. So we go back to here again. Okay, so this is our neighbor. Now we have to put the description in here. Okay, so BGP description first. BGP. This is going to be go to our internet router. Okay, so same thing again. Put the host name in here. Internet router. Something like this. Okay, now just in case you see if you want to be more strong, okay, because something like that, right? Because even in here I didn't show, we should use the password in here. Okay, so the Verizon in here, when we pair with the Verizon in here, we're not using the, see, we don't have a BGP password, right? So we should use the more strong with the BGP password because since this is facing the outside. Okay. So same thing in here. So we can fix later. Okay. So we find out with no password, so we need to add the password. But for now, for tonight, so let's try. We want to use the password. You see. So we put password in here. Okay. We put you see in here. So what is the password level? Okay. So you say I want to be a 7. Right, and then you put the password in here. So in here in our demo is okay. So we want to be say okay, just ABC doc, yeah, just a something like that, the password. But this should be more if you're in the real production, you know, you have to be more strong, you know, with those kind of character or capital, at least a capital a letter or small letter with a simple something like that. You know what I mean? But maybe the best practice, man. Maybe the best practice in here. Okay. Let's do like say for example A B C. We want A B C. See capital A B C, and then we're going to be like an at sign at BGP, and we could put the capital P, right? We put a capital P for password. You see, what is the password again? If you want to add like some number, so we can say 123. Just give you an example like this, okay? I know this is not perfect, but at least it's still very strong password, right? We have a capital A, we have a symbol sign, and then we have a capital B again, and then we have a, or we can here, we can put a pine in here. You see, make more strong. So we copy this one. So this is the password. Okay, let's give you an example in here. So we hit enter. You see? Oh, something wrong in there. Say invalid encryption. Maybe we do 0 for, oh, 667 for, okay, let me see again. Maybe we don't need to, how about like this? Can we just ignore it? Yeah, it take it, you see? We don't have to be, put whatever in here, no? Okay, so let me see in here. So let's do, okay, see the BGP is go down, okay, because the other side, because we already configure, you see the password, because the other side we don't have a password yet. That's why now it's complaining, you see. Now when we show in here again, show run section BGP. You see, now we have the password. You see, now we have the password, right? But now if you go back to here, right, when we show IP BGP summary, all right, so you see here, oh, this one we don't have yet. You see in here, right? Show row section in here, router BGP. So we have to be quick in here, all right? So for example, in here, if we go to config key in here, router BGP 45678. We want to be a neighbor. Our neighbor is a 10.100.1.5, the remote AS. Remote AS is a 65001. Hit enter like that. Okay. So this is, if you want, if you can put the description again, this is connect, this is a BGP, right? Go to our inside the core suite. I just very quick enough in here, so something like this. Now, this is on purpose right now. So when you do show IPBGP summary in here, you see it's active, right? It's active, right? It's because and then in here, you see, this is got turned on. We have a password, right? You see. So now, until in here, so we need to apply the password in here. So we change this one in here. Same thing again. We have to be agree using. We have to be using an password, right? So let's see what is the password again. So we copy this one in here. This is the password in here. So we put in here, right? So now we show IPBGP again. Let's see the BGP is this time is come up or not. Okay. Oh, yep. Look at that. It's beautiful. You see, right? So now we have a BGP session is up now between our core suite with our internet router. You see, right? So
Right.
okay, it's beautiful. And then we verify from here again. See, when we show IPBGP summary, just make sure IP show IP in here. Yeah, you see. But in this case, look at that. If we're not using the policy, route map, all this kind of stuff, right? It's totally is going to be max up. Right? So when you show IP, when you show IP BGP in here, you see show IP BGP in here. Look at that. Wow. You see, this Google actually it didn't show, should not show on our BGP table because this is private, right? Because we are in the inside. because we don't have those kind of route map policy yet, right? Okay, this is crazy. For example, if we don't have a filter, say, let's go back to Google again, right? I just give you an example, right? In the Google in here, so just pretend from all over the place, right? All over the world. If we have so many, say, for example, I give you an example, right? We can just click in here, say 99. Okay, so we just pretend we have an IP address 99, 99, 99, 99.99, right? 255. Just we pretend I don't know who's this company, okay? One of the in the world company, right? Something .com, something like that. You see? Now, and okay, now we're going to be IP loop back again. Just pick another interface loop back. Say 100. All right, IP address again, say one. In here, we're going to be pretend, say 98. We have a 98.98.98. We have a 255, 255.255.255. Right, same here. So now we're going to do show run. We're going to advertise BGP in here. Let's see. We go to inside the BGP. Oh, come on. Oh, I already complete this, sorry. So we're going to router BGP 15169. All right, we're going to using the network statement again. So we're going to advertise 99. You see in here, and then match 255, 255, 255. We just pretend, okay? We just pretend this is like Google is receive anything, or maybe not from Google, maybe from Verizon, whatever. I just give it uh, in here. See, for example. So now, when you go back to our call switch again in here, in this time, you see, if you refresh again, look at it. You keep increasing. You see, now when you show IP BGP summary, you see, and not summary, we show IP BGP. Look at that. See, we have more garbage, right? No, from our internet router is good, but not from our inside our routing. Because our routing for the company inside, it should be only our 10 network. See, it should be in our 10 network, right? Unless you have another like a B2P or maybe in the future, right? So if we have a VPN B2B like that. But in this case, so this is noisy for our inside. We confusing, right? If something the auditor when they come, when they say, hey, can you show your IP route, right? So something like this. When they say, okay, show IP route, that is your global routing, and then they will say, wow, why your internal routing table